Hello everyone, today's topic is factorization of quadratic polynomial. Today we are going to learn how to factorize quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. Quadratic polynomial is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. This is something like x square plus 3x plus 2. Now we have the question, how do we factorize x square plus 3x plus 2? As we can see, in ax square plus bx plus c, a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is constant. So here also x square is given, so we can write coefficient of x square is 1. 3 is the coefficient of x, so b is equal to 3. And 2 is constant, so c is equal to 2. Here ax square plus bx plus c is the basic form of quadratic polynomial where a, b and c could take different numerical values. Now again the question is how to factorize x square plus 3x plus 2. We cannot factorize it by using any identity as the last term is not in the squared form. So how do we factorize it? We have the simple technique of splitting the middle term. In this polynomial, 3x is the middle term and we will split it to factorize this polynomial. Here we will split 3x in such a way that it would help us factorize using grouping. But we cannot just split it any way we wish. There is an interesting technique which helps us split the coefficient of the middle term. So what we will do then? We assume that the coefficient 3 has to be split in two numbers n1 and n2. Now there are two conditions to split the 3x. The first condition is n1 plus n2 is equal to b. n1 and n2 should be equal to b. Here it is 3. Both the numbers should be added up to 3. This is the first condition. Then what is the next condition? Next condition is that n1 multiplied by n2 is equal to AC. Product of n1 and n2 should be equal to product of a and c. As here a is equal to 1 and c is equal to 2, so AC is equal to 2. Product of AC is 2. So these are the two conditions to factorize the middle term. n1 plus n2 is equal to b. Here it is 3. n1 multiplied by n2, it means product of n1 and n2 is equal to product of a and c. Here it is 2. To factorize x square plus 3x plus 2, what do you think? Which two numbers can satisfy these two conditions? After trying two combinations, we can learn that only one combination can satisfy these two conditions. The combination is 1 and 2. n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to 2. So here we will see that the first condition n1 plus n2 is equal to 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Same way n1 multiplied by n2. So 1 multiplied by 2, product is 2. So n1 is equal to 1 and n2 is equal to 2. 1 and 2, these two numbers can satisfy these two conditions. Now let's factorize x square plus 3x plus 2 by splitting the middle term, that is 3x. So we can write like this, x square plus, instead of 3 we will write the combination of 1 and 2, just like this, and then we'll write the x and last constant 2. So x square plus in bracket 1 plus 2x plus 2. After expanding the bracket, we can write x square plus 1 multiplied by x, that is x, 2 multiplied by x, that is 2x, plus 2x and plus 2. Now we can use grouping method by considering these two groups, x square plus x and 2x plus 2. Now in each group we will take out the common factor. Like x square plus x, x is the common factor. So we'll write in the bracket x, and here we have taken out x, so we'll write 1. And in 2x plus 2, the common factor is 2. So we'll write in the bracket here 2x, 2 is already taken out as a common factor, we'll write x, and 2 has been taken out as a common factor, so we'll write 1. You can see here x plus 1 and x plus 1. In these two groups, x plus 1 is also a common factor. So x plus 1 is common to both the products, so we'll take out x plus 1 as the common factor, and x plus 2, which is multiplied with this common factor x plus 1. So when we factorize x square plus 3x plus 2, after splitting the middle term, we can get these two factors, x plus 1 and x plus 2. By applying the same concept, let's factorize x square plus x minus 6. Here, coefficient of x square is 1, so we'll write a is equal to 1. Coefficient of x is also 1, so we'll write b is equal to 1. And here constant is minus 6, so we'll write c is equal to minus 6. To factorize this polynomial, we need to split the middle term, which is 1. To split the middle term, we need to think of the combination which can satisfy both the conditions. n1 plus n2 is equal to b, and n1 into n2 is equal to ac. Here n1 plus n2 is equal to b, that is 1, and n1 multiplied by n2 is equal to ac, that is minus 6 multiplied by 1 is equal to minus 6. Now we need to think of the combination where sum of two numbers is 1 and product of two numbers is minus 6. So let's observe the combinations. If we take n1 as 1 and n2 as minus 6, then the answer will be minus 6. So you can see here when product of two numbers is minus 6. But when we add them, 1 plus minus 6 is not equal to 1. It means this condition does not fulfill. Let's take another combination, that is 2 multiplied minus 3. So we can get minus 6, but when we add them, we do not get 1. So this combination is also not appropriate. Now let's take another combination, that is -2 multiplied by 3 is equal to -6, and -2 plus 3 is equal to 1. So this combination is correct. So n1 is equal to -2 and n2 is equal to 3. Let's take this combination and factorize x square plus x minus 6. Instead of x, we will write x square plus -2 plus 3 in bracket, so we can get 1 as coefficient of x, and here we will write x, and we'll write -6 constant as it is. Now we will multiply x with both these numbers, -2 into x minus 2x, and plus 3 into x plus 3x minus 6. Now let's open the bracket. We can write like this. Now by grouping method, we'll group these two expressions and we will take out the common factor. So x square minus 2x, we can find that x is a common factor. So x will write out of the bracket, and inside the bracket we'll write the remaining factors, that is x minus 2. Here in this group also plus 3x minus 6. So 3 is a common. So we'll write 3 as a common factor outside of the bracket, and we will write x minus 2 inside the bracket. We can see here x minus 2 is a common factor in both these groups. So we will write x minus 2 as a common factor, and x plus 3, which is multiplied with x minus 2. So x plus 3 is another factor. So we can say that x minus 2 and x plus 3 are factors of x square plus x minus 6. Thank you.